Welcome to Outlaw Woodworking. You know, one of the first magnetic bottle openers I made was right here. And I did an epoxy deer, and basically it has a magnet in the back of it right here. But what I realized is, like, you open it up, sometimes it wouldn't always catch them. Although this one seems to be working pretty good. And I missed that one. So basically, it works pretty good, but I wanted to make an improvement on it. So today I'm going to show you a new version of my magnetic bottle opener. I call it the Patriot Triple Threat. And let's go ahead and I'm going to show it to you right now. You can see right here, this one, I ended up having two magnets in it. So if one missed, it would catch it down here. And that seemed to work pretty good. But the new one, this is the Patriotic Triple Thread. And I've got 3 magnets in it. And pretty close there. So let's go ahead and install this. Okay, there's the replacement. This is I call this the Patriotic Triple Threat because it has a magnet there, there, and there. And let's test her out. Okay, basically no drops, but I think it's not official unless you really try it out with a real beer. So let's get a beer and try it out. Before we can have a beer, we really need to go to the beginning, and I'm going to show you how I made it and the mistakes I made. Now right here I'm using 1x6 material, and I'm doing a 3D carving of the stars. Now the mistake I made was in the tool path. When you're doing any kind of 3D, it'll show you the model in reference to your material, and I put the model at 0, which means the top of the 3D stars was going to be the top of the material. But what I didn't realize is I should have put it a little bit lower, because what happens is if your material is not perfectly flat, and I'm not surfacing this material, so there's going to be some times when if it's not laying perfectly flat in there, it's not going to cut the stars as good as I would have liked it. But it did. I mass produced these on this particular day. I made, I think, a dozen of these. And I had a couple of them that didn't turn out all that great. And that's because, so this is the roughing tool path. I'm using a Mana R7168. Or actually, it's R61. I'll leave a picture with the number. It's a really good roughing toolpath bit, and works really well. But what happens is, I should have, if you surface the material, you don't have to do this. But since I'm not surfacing it, I'm just using some cheap 1x6 pine. If it's uneven at all, it won't cut the stars perfectly like I like. So that was one of the mistakes I made on this particular project. Right here you can see I basically load one in at a time, and I'm just going to run the roughing toolpath on all 12 of these magnetic bottle openers. And that makes pretty quick work of it. If you just leave the program in, as soon as it's done, you take one out, put one in, and run it again. Right here I switched the bit out to a R6288 ball nose bit by Mana. This is the 3D bit that I pretty much always use. And then I'll show you a picture right here. And then I run the program. Here you can see the ball nose bit in action. And here it is finishing up the pass. Next up, I switch back to the R7168 to do to cut the flags out. And here I'm recessing them about 1/8 of an inch with that same down cut spiral bit. And it makes pretty quick work of it. Whenever I do anything on the CNC, it's just as easy to make multiples as it is to make one. Here we're flipping them upside down and we're going to cut the holes for the magnets. This is the triple thread, so I decided to put 3 magnets in the back of it. And I thought that would be, I'm trying to get it as close to the face of the wood as possible. So in each one of these, I'm cutting these it's 3/4 inch wood, and I'm going really close to the face of it. And here you can see it's the same bit that I used to do the roughing toolpath and also the flag slots. Right here I sand up, I get out some sandpaper and a wire brush and clean off any little burrs and stuff. I just kind of get them all cleaned up. Once that was done, it was time to paint, which I really do not like painting. So this part is miserable. I think the reason I don't like painting is I'm just really not good at it. But I try my best to get it, you know, to make it detailed as good as possible and have it looking, you know, as acceptable as possible. It's definitely not my strongest. I'm not the greatest painter, that's for sure. Right here it's all painted. I got a couple coats of clear on it, and I'm going to mount the bottle opener and install the magnets. Perfect. Anyway, yeah, cheers. This is the patriotic triple threat. And thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you next time. Later.
Work hard, get dough. I can't get no sleep, please make my life more simple. But I wouldn't trade a thing for what I have. I go hard, do what I need to make it last.